This is the story of Balogun Kuku, a man whose name echoed far and wide, a towering figure in the annals of Ijebu history. A man of great renown, he founded the Greet the King Festival, an event celebrated till today in Nigeria. Kuku was a governor in the metropolis of Ijebu. His roots ran deep in Ijebu nobility. His mother, a revered priestess of the supreme judiciary of the coastal kingdom. Kuku was a man of immense wealth. His riches grew from arms traded to Ibadan, shaping his legacy for many years to come. Balogun Kuku had many wives and children, a symbol of his power and influence. When the missionaries arrived imposing the concept of monogamy, he found a way to adapt. In a bold move to preserve his family, he embraced Islam, a change of faith that allowed him to keep his harem intact, a masterstroke in a time of shifting norms. In the 1890s, Balogun Kuku's opulence reached new heights with the construction of a mansion that was the envy of all. Built by Balthazar Rees, an Afro-Brazilian mason, this architectural marvel rivaled the grandest homes in Europe. Inside, Victorian furniture and exotic wallpapers filled the rooms, creating a palace that spoke of wealth, sophistication, and unyielding power. But it was not just his wealth that made Balogun Kuku's name legendary. It was his role in the great tensions of his time. The battle between Aare Latossa of Ibadan and the king of Ijebu sparked a fire of unrest. Ibadan's army, unbeaten in battle, was a force that threatened to expand its reach. Latossa, eager to secure his empire, aimed to control the coastal shores, a move that would reshape the region. In the face of this looming threat, the king of Ijebu took drastic measures to defend his kingdom. He decided to place a trade embargo on Ibadan and restrict commercial activities. The king of Ijebu controlled the major ports in the Confederate nation-states of the Yoruba people at the time. The toll roads that once carried vital supplies were now blocked, denying Ibadan the ammunition and support it needed to fight on. This act of defiance stirred unrest among the merchants of Ijebu, who relied on trade to sustain their lives. Ibadan was a big hub for commercial activities. Over 50% of commercial activates of Ijebu was with Ibadan. It was the dominant city in the interior since the 1830s. Ijebu merchants openly rebelled against their king. The sovereign took this as an act of insubordination. He dealt harshly with nobles and had the leaders of the protest arrested. The two leading merchants of Ijebu were banished from the city and their merchandise seized. The embargo plunged Ijebu into economic despair. Palm oil, slaves, and precious goods, the very foundation of their commerce, were now out of reach. Aare Latossa, ever the diplomat, sent gifts to the Ijebu king, offering peace in a gesture that reflected his desire for resolution. But Ijebu king, steadfast in his position, rejected the overture, a stance that would fuel the fire of revolution. As tensions rose, the call for change became impossible to ignore. Defiance spread like wildfire, uniting the merchants and the powerful field marshal of Ijebu, Balogun Onafowokan. Together, they formed an army at the borders of the city, ready to challenge the Ijebu king's reign. War loomed on the horizon, and the struggle for Ijebu's future was about to unfold.
When the Ijebu king realized the strength of the army marching towards the capital, he went into a panic. Unable to withstand the pressure and totally isolated, he sent his wives ferried out of the city. Few days after, he left quietly and ferried to a port city close to Lagos. His advisors followed suit. With the exit of the Ijebu king, the power of the old regime was gone, leaving behind a vacuum that would be filled by a new leader. With the fall of the Ijebu king came the ascension of a new ruler at Ijebu. This marked a new chapter in Ijebu history. The military base at the border city of Ijebu was transformed into a bustling market, and the merchants of Ijebu were once again in business and happy. The lifted embargo signaled a new era of prosperity and leadership. Balogun Kuku, ever the astute businessman, managed the fort at the border, overseeing trade commissions that made him one of the wealthiest men in the region. His fortunes grew from the sale of arms and salt, and so Balogun Kuku's legacy endures. His wealth, derived mostly from trade of arms and the vibrant market at the border city, became the foundation of his lasting influence. The Meet the King festival, born from his vision, continues to thrive till today, with his descendants leading the way. Meet the King Festival is one of the most important events in Yorubaland. In the last few years, it has caught the world's attention and drawn many to the rich cultural heritage of the Yoruba people. Ijebu people are one of the most celebrated Africans, naturally conservative and greatly rooted in their traditions.